Hi friends, welcome to my kitchen. Welcome to Garden and Grub. My name is Mariana. I am so glad you're here today because asparagus is in season. It's springtime. So we got asparagus and spring onions that are in season. And I want to show you something different that you could do with asparagus other than just boiling and steaming them. So let's go. So I'm actually making dinner and I thought I would share something with you. After all, my channel is called Garden and Grub. So my objective of the channel is to, well, it's a love letter to my family so they can watch me cook. I would have loved to have videos of my grandmother cooking or my aunts cooking, things like that, to pass down recipes from generation to generation and just to kind of see them and hear their voices again. So this is kind of what my channel has become. But today I'm making a dinner. So Garden and Grub is, I remember so well that when I was a kid, we would go and pick, my grandfather had like a grapevine and we would go out there and hoist each other up because it was on an overhead trellis. We would hoist, me and my cousins and my sisters would hoist each other up to try to grab the grapes, and we would get in so much trouble for eating the grapes. And I remember playing on the driveway and my grandmother cutting up a juicy peach from the tree. And it was, I can remember her sitting there cutting it and the juice dripping down her hand and the way that peach tasted. And I would remember she made this amazing minestrone. Oh, that's my cat. Hold on. My cat wanted to be let out. And I remember in the summertime, she would make this amazing minestrone. She would disappear in the backyard, come back into the kitchen with a handful of veggies and make this minestrone soup. It was delicious. I don't know I don't even remember what was in it, but it would have been amazing to have a video of her doing it and just watching her cook. So this is kind of what I want my channel to be, those memories of going in the garden, grabbing food and making something of it. Now, I don't have a huge garden, and but I do want to showcase things that are like in season that you can utilize. Today we're going to make not a pizza, but almost like a bread. So I got this dough here. Use your favorite bread dough that you would make bread out of. It's kind of gonna be kind of like a focaccia, but not really, because to me, but as if focaccia is made a certain way. I'm going to show you how to make that one time when the cherry tomatoes are ready. I'm going to show you how to make a traditional focaccia. So I'm putting it on my pan here. I'm not spreading it out like a pizza because I want it to be kind of thick. I want it to be like a bread. We're having pasta for dinner, and I was gonna make this and something else, but it so happened late yesterday evening, someone in my house was digging in the freezer looking for something, because I always have things in there to have for like snacks, and they took out a pizza and that I had frozen in there, but then they took out the bag of ground pork and forgot to put the bag back. Luckily early this morning, when I went in there, I noticed the bag and it was semi-defrosted. The two top bag packages were semi-defrosted, so we're having spaghetti meatballs for dinner. but the other ones underneath were still completely frozen solid. So they went back in the freezer. Anyhow, so that's why we're having pasta. So I had to make an adjustment. So I wanted to make this. And right now in season is asparagus. Asparagus is in season. And spring onions. Springtime, spring onions. So I'm going to show you how to make this focaccia, or type of bread. I don't want to say focaccia because it's not really a focaccia, but a focaccia-like. So what I'm going to do is I blanched, I cut up some fresh asparagus and I blanched them. So what I'm going to do is I got some cheese, mozzarella cheese. Use whatever cheese you have. If you have provolone, use provolone. If you have mozzarella. Now you don't want to cover, I hope you can see. I'm going to tilt you down so you can see what I'm doing. You don't want to cover it completely in the cheese, because this is a bread that we're going to have alongside with our pasta and a salad. So just like how you would have dinner rolls with your food, this is what kind of like a substitute for that. But we're using things that we have in season. We're making things tasty. So again, this cheese is not going to completely cover. Again, I don't know, I don't cook with recipes. I kind of cook with my heart. So just put a little bit of cheese on there. If you don't have mozzarella, use Havarti, use Gouda, use what you got. Doesn't really matter. I kind of learned to cook what you have. I'm not a recipe type person where I have to go buy the ingredients for a specific recipe. I kind of improvise with whatever I have. So we got the cheese on here. The mozzarella cheese. I have spicy provolone, but I don't think I'm going to put it because I think I have enough cheese. If you have provolone, it would be tasty. So I got this. All right. I'm just going to set this aside. Okay. I'm going to lift you up a little. Oh, cheese. Okay, so here are, I just barely blanched them, maybe like 30 seconds, so they're not cooked. So I'm just going to chop up into little pieces some green onion. We actually make a type of pizza with just green onions. I'm going to show you how to do that. So we got some green onions, one scallion, or one whole green onion. Alrighty. There. We're going to sprinkle some black pepper. Sprinkle some black pepper. I made basil salt, so this is just fresh basil from my garden last year, and I dried it with some salt. A little bit of basil salt, and I'm just gonna drizzle a little olive oil on there just to coat. All right, editing Marianne. So I just looked at the film and I realized I didn't film topping the bread, or the flatbread, or dough bread, whatever you want to call it. So basically all I did is, after I put on the cheese, I sprinkled it with fresh Parmesan, and I put the asparagus and onion mixture, and I just spread it on and then popped it in the oven. There's my pasta cooking, my sauce cooking there. Pop that in for a half hour. All right, editing Marianne. So I just looked at the film and I realized I didn't film topping the bread, or the flatbread, or dough bread, whatever you want to call it. So basically all I did is, after I put on the cheese, I sprinkled it with fresh Parmesan, and I put the asparagus and onion mixture, and I just spread it on and then popped it in the oven. So I got this olive oil from my cousin this actually came directly from Calabria. It's 100% organically grown olives. It's first cold press and it's stone crushed. This is delicious. So, but this is not a cooking olive oil. This is a finishing olive oil. So if you have a good quality olive oil, now's the time to just drizzle that on top of your finished bread. How you serve this is just cut it up into small pieces and serve it alongside, just small pieces, like appetizer size, and serve it along with some salad or whatever your meal is, instead of dinner rolls. It's a fantastic way to use veggies that are in season. It's springtime, so go ahead and use your onions and asparagus in a whole new way. Enjoy!